Hey, howdy, hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, we are going to be building a cage. I know cage building videos are some of y'all's favorite videos to watch that I make, so that's what we're gonna be doing in today's video. Guys, we have a 40-gallon tank right here, and obviously, as you can see, it's empty. But we've got a bunch of cork, we've got a bunch of other materials, we got some plants up there, some more plants over here, and we are going to be making this a 40-gallon bioactive ball python setup. If you take a look at my other ball python setup video, that one did pretty good. That video did really good, actually. So it seems like you guys enjoyed that one compared to some of my other videos. And since you guys may or may not have enjoyed that video, we are going to be doing it again. Now, the ball python we're going to be setting up is a little bit different. Instead of Houdini, the ball python that is in his current bioactive setup, we're going to be setting up Bo, our normal ball python. Now, Bo is a big ball python. As a matter of fact, he's the oldest reptile I own. Mr. Bo here is ready to retire into his permanent retirement home. And since he's 14 years old, I think he deserves a nice new setup. Think about it. He is 14 or 15 years old. He is up there in age with me. At the time of filming, I'm 16. But tomorrow's my birthday, so technically I'm 17 when y'all are watching this. Happy birthday to me, of course. Anyhow, so this snake is definitely an old ball python, and once again, he needs to retire into a new setup. What is this, you may ask? This is pond spray foam. I honestly think I should be able to get it in one can, because we're not going to go too crazy. And then, of course, we're going to have plenty of cork in the enclosure as well. But without further ado, let's start laying our cork across what's going to be the background of our enclosure and getting it set up how we like. Here we go, y'all. Well, y'all, after several minutes of adjusting and moving these pieces of cork here, I've kind of got a layout I'm happy with. So if you're looking at it from the front, obviously that's kind of how it'll look. Now obviously there's no foam and a whole bunch of stuff is missing. The level change will be really good for the snake. It'll give him different places to climb, higher, higher, and higher. Then, of course, I'm going to have a built-in hide over here, so he'll be able to go right up in there and chill in his hide. Alrighty, y'all, it has been a few hours. The foam has cured. So what we're going to do is we're going to tilt the tank upright and check out the background. Here we go. Let's see, y'all. I'm going to tilt this big boy. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's see. And let's set her down, boom. Alright, let's take a look at the background. Here we go. Open the doors. And voila, that looks spectacular. So obviously, there's certain spots where the foam bulges out a little bit more than others, and that's perfectly fine. With spots like that, we're either going to carve it and silicone it, or place moss around it, and basically disguise that area. And you may be wondering, why is there such a huge gap of foam down here? That's simply because when I add dirt, all that's going to get covered up. So why waste foam on that area when dirt's going to fill it up? So the tools you're going to need for siliconing the background of your cage is going to be A, caulking gun, B, some sort of knife to carve with, C, I like to have a little silicone saver, and then D, of course, your silicone. This is very important, especially if you want to have a nice looking background. We're going to be using this Advanced Window and Door Clear Silicone number 2, 100% waterproof and weatherproof. Make sure this is the one you get. No other kind. Of course, you want it to be mold free. You want it to be waterproof and weatherproof and everything like that. So, this is the one we're going to be using. Well, y'all, the silicone has been properly added, but as you can see, the lights in the reptile room are starting to shut off, so that means it's time to finish for today. As you can see, Silicone is looking really good. The background is a lot more flat and nicely textured, and I think once it's all planted, it'll look really good. But yeah, I think Bo will enjoy his retirement home, and without further ado, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Well, y'all, it is currently the next day. As you can see, the setup is on the shelf with all the other snake enclosures. Taking a step up here, the background looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Don't forget, we've still got to add our bedding, our plants, our moss, and everything else like that. We did go ahead and throw a 5.0 UVB bulb on here. I want to see how UVB affects the plant growth and how it affects Bo in his enclosure. Some people believe UVB is good for snakes and others believe it doesn't do anything at all. But we're going to test that theory today. So first things first, before we get onto the planting and all that, we have to add bedding. We're going to leave some of this leftover Eco Earth in here because it'll be good for his substrate. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add a mixture of other things. We're going to add some Repti soil, some leaf litter, maybe some charcoal, and things like that. We will not be doing a false bottom on this setup compared to some of our other ones. Reason why is there's a heat pad on the bottom of this tank, and if water were to connect with that very warm heat pad, there's a chance that the glass could crack, or that water could act as a thermal radiator almost, and all that water would get super warm and just kind of heat up the whole enclosure hotter than we want it to be. So this is how our snake rack is currently looking. We've got 3 40-gallon breeders. We've got a ball python here, a corn snake here, and then another ball python soon to go in here. Okay, first things we're going to do is we're going to add a pretty decent amount of Repti soil. This is going to act as our main component for the substrate. Now that we have our Repti soil, we're going to go ahead and add some charcoal. Once you've gotten your charcoal in, you're going to add some pebbles. Now we're going to add some Repti bark. Once you've added all of these materials, then you're going to go ahead and just mix it all in. Make sure you mix it really well and get it all evenly distributed. Then go ahead and add some leaf litter. And then to top it all off, we're going to add a little bit more of Bo's old substrate because it had isopods and springtails already in it. Okay y'all, bedding is in. There are plenty of microorganisms all across here. Now what we're going to do before we add leaf litter on top is we're going to actually add some plants. We're going to add this guy, which was previously in Bo's enclosure. So without further ado, let's begin planting his enclosure. Well y'all, Mr. Bo here is ready to go into his new home. Are you ready, my friend? I know you're probably pretty mad, huh? He's a little frustrated, but once he's in his home, he'll settle in. Guys, let's introduce this beautiful, giant ball python into his setup. Alright, Mr. Bo, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What do you think? What do you think? He's out of words. He's completely stunned. He doesn't know what to do. Yeah, go. Go free, Bo. Go free. Explore. Go explore your new home, my friend. He has no clue what is going on, where he's at, but there he goes. Look at his colors absolutely just pop in his enclosure. I think he'll enjoy it quite well. He's going into the hide, exactly like I planned for him. He's slowly but surely unraveling off my arm. There he goes. This guy is huge. This is a big ball python. But remember, ball pythons need about 40 gallons of space, and they don't typically use a whole lot of space as well. But with a setup like this, he's got plenty of branches and climbing and hiding opportunities. And Bo is actually making his way all the way into his hide. But wow, Bo will enjoy his setup. And from some of the research I was doing with ball pythons in the wild, I noticed a lot of their wild habitat is just filled with leaves on the ground. So I made sure to add a very thick layer of leaf litter here because, of course, like I was saying, their wild habitat seems to be just covered in dead leaves. I sure hope he enjoys his setup, and without further ado, let's take a look at his enclosure in a closer view. Well, y'all, that was building Bo's beautiful ball python setup directly behind us. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, you guys, you know the drill. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of good stuff. Also, while you're at it, make sure to check out the merch. As you can see, we got the ladies and gentlemen shirt on, so make sure to check out the merch if you guys are interested in purchasing a shirt or a mask or a sticker from me. Well, y'all, that was it for today's video, building a beautiful bioactive ball python setup. And without further ado, I will see you all in the next one. Happy birthday to me. Peace! As you can see, we've got our very green, very live tub of moss. So what we're going to do is we're simply just going to Oh, crap. Oh!